So one of, if not the greatest thing about that team, because in the photographs when we're celebrating, there's about 25 guys, 25 players and coaching staff, and that was what it was all about. It wasn't about the 11 that played.
The sense of achievement and sheer relief was clear to see. The long wait was at last over. The coach journey home was to be a memorable one for all the squad.
The bus journey took about 3 days, I think. So I can't remember going on the bus and coming off it. And when I got off it, it was daylight. It was a good trip. It was just one of these things, you know, you want to savour every moment of it. And we did. That was a good thing about Rangers then. We did something together. We did win something. We all did it together. And it did usually last a couple of days.
You should have seen George Square. George, it's pandemonium at George Square. And all the fans were there. And it was amazing, amazing. And we were sitting on top of the bus, out the skylights, sitting on top of the bus, and all the fans were there. It was tremendous, and we went all the way up Paisley Road, mobbed all the way to Ibrox. You know, it's just the stuff that you think about and hope's going to happen. And the streets were all lined, and it was just like, I mean, it was an amazing achievement.
But all great eras inevitably come to an end. Ali's final season for Rangers was 1997-98, and he was determined to go out in style.
McCoist getting the break of the ball off Brian Martin, shooting opportunity! Oh, McCoist! McCoist is there! Ali McCoist puts Rangers 2-1 in front and scores his 350th goal for the club. This time it's Albert's on the chase. But this one's McCoist's! 1-0 to Rangers, and it's the old stager who's done it again for Walter Smith. How often has this man been the scourge of Celtic?
That was Ali's 27th goal against Celtic. From his earliest days at Ibrox, Ali had always particularly relished scoring against Rangers' greatest rivals. And he still vividly remembers his first and fastest Old Firm goal.
I think today it's still the quickest Old Firm goal ever. I've got Big Roy to thank for that one, Big Roy Aiken. Because he came in and clattered Sandy Clark after about 3 seconds of an Old Firm game and hoofed him. Well, it's normally later in it. He was normally in earlier in that, Big Roy, you see. And I get a great crack with Big Roy. And we get a quick free kick. Bump, and Pritchie took it and knocked it wide right to Davy McKinnon.
Well, there's a great goal! Ali McCoist, right out the blue, right through the Celtic defence, 27 seconds.
You imagine scoring against Celtic after 27 seconds. It was amazing. I can still see it as if it was yesterday. But I'm proud of that goal and proud of the fact that it's still the quickest Old Firm goal on record. As a lot of the boys were saying, you know, I didn't hang about to open my account for Rangers against Celtic, and thankfully and really pleasingly, I continued to do that throughout my Rangers career.
And even more remarkable, perhaps, was Ali's first Celtic match in the League Cup competition, the final of 1983-84.
Stepping inside, Bonner McLeod, and a penalty kick has been given. A penalty kick to Rangers. McCoist against Bonner. Perfectly stopped away by Ali McCoist, and Rangers take the lead. So 15 minutes of the second half gone. Is this the second for Rangers? Yes, Ali McCoist has done it. That'll be a penalty, yes. Aiken penalised for that rash challenge on Ali McCoist. McCoist facing Pat Bonner with a kick which could win the League Cup for Rangers. He made it at the second attempt.
I would hate the Old Firm games to lose their passion, their intensity. Obviously there's a lot of nonsense goes on we could do without. For those 90 minutes it was intense as you'll ever get. And I've been to other derby games in Britain and they're pale by comparison, and that's the gospel truth. Obviously the quality of football can be argued upon, but in terms of the occasion they're just unbelievable, they really are.
Making his way inside, there's McCoist! Ali McCoist! The celebrations begin for Rangers. Edge the ball beating Grant, here's McCoist. Magnificent goal, Ali McCoist!
Graham Souness, he got it right but he got it wrong. Graham, when he said the game against Celtic's just another 2 points, right? Which in theory is a wonderful statement and the right one to make.
Yeah, but completely untrue.
But completely untrue. It really is.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
It really is. And I think, to be fair to Graham, he realised that 6 months after he said it how wrong it was.
That was especially obvious in the explosive Old Firm game of October 1987, when goalkeeper Chris Woods, Celtic's Frank McAvenny and later Rangers captain Terry Butcher were all ordered off.
Sandy Walker going through and Roberts. No mistake this time. Celtic are in front. Stark nodding it sideways. McStay helps it on to Grant. Oh, that's a good ball from Stark. Here's Walker. That's for Peter Grant. That's the second. Good play again from Ferguson. Here's Goff. Still Richard Goff. Now McCoist with a great chance for Rangers. He's made it. Rangers are right back in the match. Ali McCoist with his 19th goal of the season. And Ibrox erupts once again. Ferguson playing it wide for Durant. Rogan comes to meet him. Oh, that's good running by Durant. He's away from Rogan. There the ball inside. McCarthy did well with the header, but it's Durant again. The last chance perhaps for Rangers. The chance is on for Goff. Richard Goff makes it 2 apiece. And the final minute of the match. What incredible drama here at Ibrox.
I think if you look over a period for Rangers and Celtic games, certainly in the last 15 years or so, you would look and say that probably Ali McCoist had the greatest effect in the outcome of matches than any other player on either side. These games are so competitive and it's difficult to get a number of goals in them, and he's managed to do that consistently. Even when Rangers maybe weren't at their peak at any given time, even before the Graham Souness era when he was there, he always managed to get in there and get a goal against Celtic.
Back to Brown, blocked by McCarthy, there's McCoist! Deadly finishing by Ali McCoist!
That goal in April 1998 was Ali's last against Celtic, but it helped take his side into the Scottish Cup final, where Ali would make his final appearance for Rangers.